Hello traders, Gary Wagner here just after 12 noon in Honolulu, 6 o'clock in New York. It is Wednesday, 18th day of April 2018, and this is the Daily Report for gold and silver. Gold closing modestly higher, up about $2.90, fixed at $1352.40. That, of course, is basis the June contract. Silver, although, had a runaway day, trading up almost 2.5%, gaining 41 cents on the day, closing at $17.20. It even dwarfed the percentage gain of Palladium today, which closed up $21 at $1,026, although that net gain was a little bit over 2%. Dollar slightly higher, gaining a little bit over 0.1%, 89.36, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average closing fractionally lower, 38 points at 24,748. Bitcoin futures did return to an upward momentum, 81.90 and 81.80 in the CBOE and CME futures exchanges. Traders, gold is currently trading up about $3 on the day, a net gain of 0.2% at $1352.40. This is, in fact, the highest closing price gold has achieved since this large upside spike occurred exactly 1 week ago on Wednesday. This morning, we did send out a special trade alert recommending that traders move their current stop up to 1335. Our initial stop was placed at 1325, which was just below the 0.618 retracement derived from a very short data set at the end of March when gold rallied from 1306 up to 1356. I am looking to move that stop a little bit tighter, and the price point that I am looking at is yesterday's low that came in at 1340. However, any move to the upside in gold was absolutely dwarfed by substantial price increases in both silver as well as palladium. Silver performing the largest percentage gain on the day, currently up about 41 cents, a 2.5% gain, and it is well over $17 per ounce at $17.20. Today's price increase absolutely took current pricing well above the tops and former level of resistance that occurred at roughly $16.95, and I believe that the former level of resistance has now become a solid and concrete level of support between $16.95 and $16.85. That's the series of tops that occurred over the last month. Another facet of today's upside spike in silver is the intraday high that was achieved in trading when silver traded as high as $17.27. That corresponds precisely to the 0.618 retracement level, and that retracement level is off a rather large data set from 1826 down to these lows at 1562. We can see that silver backed off of that particular high this morning, and we can also see a series of tops that came in roughly in this area beginning in the last quarter of 2017. Lastly, the fact that silver pricing traded above its 200-day moving average for the first time since the beginning of this year is extremely bullish. Although I believe that silver might in fact back down from these recent highs, as long as pricing remains above the 200-day moving average, it will indicate that silver has finally broken out of this sideways trading pattern that has been so evident throughout February, March, and April of this year. The other precious white metal to sustain large gains today in trading was palladium, gaining about 2.15%, $21 gain, closing at 1,026. As we have talked about in earlier shows, I do not see any real resistance on a technical basis until 1060. And traders, lastly, Bitcoin has had a nice upside move today, gaining almost 4% on the day, or $300, moving above 8,000 again at 81.80. It seems as though it was able to overcome the 2 prior days of lower pricing and move back into a bullish mode. Because of that, we believe that that target of 9,100 per Bitcoin still remains in the cards. Traders, while we had a modest gain in gold today, it was absolutely dwarfed by the performance we saw in both silver and palladium, both gaining well over 2%. While we expected palladium to continue gaining ground, this upside spike in silver came out of left field, so to speak. I will be very interested to see if the prices reached today can be sustained and are not followed by a pretty severe sell-off, as we have seen in the past in silver. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.